how long have y'all been participating in this event?
The First Friday Art Trail, we've been on it since April. We opened the doors to Culture Clothing in March. And then you have to apply to be an official venue of First Friday Art Trail, so we applied that first month we were open, and then we got accepted to do it. So I think we hit the ground running in April or May, maybe actually, now that I think about it, maybe May. And it's been good, man. First Friday of every month, we host some new artists, and we've had everybody from like a wall muralist to like homemade beer makers to just artists that do stuff on canvases and sculptures and all sorts of stuff. So it's been good.
Okay. I guess how did y'all like first like get started in this, and why did y'all become involved in it?
Well, a lot of that has to do with like our store and what our vision for the store was. Culture Clothing was never intended to just be a clothing store. I wanted it to be kind of a catapult to reach our culture. Anybody and clothes are kind of the platform to do that, and art is a huge part of that to us. And so, our intention from day one was, we want to sell clothes and we want to reach our culture and we want to be relevant when it comes to fashion. But at the same time, we want to, we want something that's something else. We want something else that's going to bring them in the door, and that's going to allow us to connect with our culture. And the art trail was perfect for that. It's done exactly what we wanted it to do. We brought in people. Art is one of those things that I feel like brings people together. People that don't really even know that they like art or care about art will come to check out a cool painting. But then you've got people that love art and it's a huge part of their life, and they're here month in and month out. And so it's been really cool, and just really, I guess the word is almost like humbling to see people come together from different cultures and join on the first Friday of every month and get excited about what's going on in Lubbock and the art scene. So.
I guess besides bringing in customers into the store, what other benefits do you think that this hosting it brings to y'all?
Well, I think you always hear people say, there's nothing to do in Lubbock, but I think no matter what town you're from, you're always going to say, there's nothing to do in Houston, or there's nothing to do in Dallas.
Yeah.
And so it gives people something to do. It's an excuse. I mean, if they say there's nothing to do on the first Friday of every month, then that just means they weren't looking hard enough. Because Luca, the guys who put on the First Friday Art Trail, do a great job of advertising and promotion for it. And then there's a handful of us venues that are official venues on the Art Trail, but then there's a lot of just other venues that aren't official. I mean, but they have art on the first Friday of each month. And so, I think, I don't remember your question exactly, but I think that all relates back to the fact that it is bringing people in the door for a different purpose. So.
I guess I know that right now the artist is from Wyoming.
Yeah, he's one of the featured artists we have. Taylor Dowdy, he's a senior art major in tech. And,
okay.
But we also have two more, and it's cool because each one of the artists have, they have a different purpose tonight. Like we've got a girl who's a senior at one of the hospitals here at Friendship High, and she's an artist, and her whole purpose of being on the art trail tonight is raise money for a mission trip she's wanted to go on. Then we've got another artist who, she's not in school, she's just an artist, and she just loves it. She's doing it for the passion, and she's incredibly talented at portraits. And Randy does an awesome. Her name is Randy Wildman, and she does an awesome job at just her big thing is showing her creator, and just giving glory back to God for the stuff that she's done. And it's cool to see that in her artwork and the way that she pulls out those qualities in a unique way.
So I guess are the people that y'all's artwork that y'all show, are they all like local students or?
Yeah, the big thing about the art trail for the most part, and specifically for Culture Clothing, is I want to portray local art, because art is a big deal here, and it doesn't get a lot of attention. I mean, if some student from Houston moved to Texas Tech, they wouldn't know that Lubbock is a pretty big art town. Well, it is. There's a ton of artists here that are passionate about what they do, and that's their sole source of income, and they're incredibly talented at it.
Mm-hmm.
So whether it be musicians or graphic artists or mixed medium artists or the guy we had 2 months ago did our mural on the side of the building, and that he makes his sole living just from doing street art. And
Mm-hmm.
he actually doesn't live in Lubbock, but he's got Lubbock roots. So it's cool to just be able to see that, man, Lubbock's a talented place when it comes to the arts.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I guess how do you, like, I know that you said that Texas Tech students' work's featured here mainly, but like, how do y'all go about like selecting the work? Do they volunteer to go here, or do y'all pick certain people that y'all want to show?
Well, I mean, I guess technically we pick certain people, but honestly, up to this point, I've had a ton of people just come to me going, "Hey, I'm an artist, and I get my art in here."
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I guess if we had more than 3 people each month, I would have to actually pick. But up to this point, it's pretty crazy, but I've had exactly 3 or 4 artists a month
Mm-hmm.
fill the spots, and I've never had to really go search for it. I've just, I'll make a call out on Facebook, "Hey, we're looking for artists for December," and they'll come in, so. And it always seems to be different people. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I think I've only used one artist more than once, and the rest of it's been brand new artists. So it's been pretty cool to see that.
Yeah. How would you describe, I guess, how would you describe the art that is now here, like at the shop,
Well,
like compared to some of the ones that you've seen
Yeah.
come through here?
Well, everybody is specific on their talent, especially. I think that's really important to artists specifically, and you have to ask them this, but I guarantee you they would tell you, I'm good at one thing, or I
Mm-hmm.
really specialize in this. And Taylor specifically, I guess our featured artist this month, he specializes in almost a recycled form of art. Like everything down there, like for instance, one of his main pieces is a 8-foot table he found, and then he painted it with roofing tar and acrylic paint that he found, and so all of it's found or recycled, kind of brought back from the dead in a sense,
Mm-hmm.
That's one of his pieces in here tonight. He does it. He specializes in doing all his work on door panels and tables and stuff like that. So, I mean, obviously there's a unique side to that, and then the other people that have been in here that just do like the typical, and I say typical loosely, but like acrylic on canvas, they have their specialty. It's either portraits or it's abstract or it's illustrative or it's something along those lines. So each
Mm-hmm.
person has their own niche.
Okay. And what was I gonna ask? Slipping my mind right now. Hold on, let me think real quick. Okay. Are any of the artists here now, or is it just?
Yeah, all 3 of the artists are here right now. That's a big deal to me. I tell the artists when they sign up, I'm like, if you're going to do the art trail with us, you need to be here for at least the majority of the night.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's part of it, man. Like, I want people to be able to see these artists face to face, talk to them, inquire about it. Because all it's going to do is generate momentum for the entire art scene here in Lubbock.
Mm-hmm.
Some artists, don't like to stay around, or they've got other things they want to go do. But to me, it's part of the duty. Is, and if people want to know more about your art, you got to tell them. They're not going to find out any other way. And that's a very rare opportunity. If you go look in an art museum, very rarely do you get to talk to the artist that you're sitting there staring at that painted the piece. So it's just important that if at all possible, we can offer that to the people that want to know more about it.
Okay. And this is the last one here. It's free, the event
Yeah.
itself, and they also offer like a trolley service
Yeah.
that takes you around, correct?
Yeah, we're all the official venues are on the trolley stop, and we're one of the official venues. So every 15 minutes, a free trolley rolls by, and you can jump on it and go to the next venue, jump off, take a look around, and just hop from venue to venue for the next 3 hours, and that's cool, man. I mean, Luca is the guys who put that on, and they're able to provide that for free, and each one of us pay close to nothing monthly to be on this deal. I mean, it's not like You know, I mean, as far from an advertising standpoint, it's the best deal I could ever have.
Mhm.
But to me, it's bigger than that. It's about the opportunity to be able to get a bigger message out and unify as the venues that are in the art district unify and say, hey, art is something special in Lubbock, and you know, and we're here to stay, man. I mean, you know, Lubbock's doing a lot to this downtown area, and we're here, and you know, we've had to put up with break-ins and thugs and all sorts of stuff, but I'm excited to be here, and I'm excited for what we can do in the future with art.
Okay.
I love it.
All right.